Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the basics of civil engineering lecture classes. Today we are going to be discuss on the lecture class number 6, that is on problems on interior angles by compass surveying. So let me introduce myself. I am M. Hemant Kumar, assistant professor in civil engineering department from G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Autonomous. Okay, right. So in our lecture class today we are going to be discuss about on the there are small two topics were there. So first one is introduction to the compass bearings. Okay, next one. Second one is problem. So we have to solve a small problem to find the interior angles by using the compass survey method. Okay, right. So let me introduce introduce about the compass. So the people who are observing, this is the equipment which is used in the surveying, that is compass. So compass surveying is relies on a technique called as traversing, so which uses a network of interconnected lines. So right, so these all the theoretical part of surveying and theoretical part of all compass will be discussed by my co-faculty member. He is Sri G. Nagesh Kumar, senior assistant professor in civil engineering department. Okay, today I am going to be discuss only the problematic part. Okay, so when we are going to be in in the previous session, okay, in the previous lecture class, we people have discussed about on the conversion bearings from whole circle to reduced bearing and reduced bearing to the whole circle bearing. So when we are going to be determining the area by using this survey, by using this compass survey, so if we are getting the values from whole circle bearing, so then we are using the equipment that is prismatic compass. Okay, if we are getting the values from reduced bearing, it will be used as nothing but right, this one, nothing but surveyor compass. Okay, so in our problem, in our today's in our problem, we have to calculate what are the interior angles. Okay, so in our question he will give, so the station AB line, BC line, CD line, CE line and EA line, or some other extra different station lines will be given. So when we are going to be solving a problem, so we have to take some of the important notes. So nothing but here I have mentioned, nothing but if we people are going to be calculating interior angle, for example interior angle B means nothing but we have to apply the formula back bearing of B minus 4 bearing of B. So what is the back bearing? Nothing but what is the previous letter for the B? Nothing but BA. What is the forward letter for the B? Nothing but BC. So we have to apply this like this formula. So actually for the interior angle, it have mentioned that back bearing of AE and fore bearing of AB. You people can observe here. If we people are going to be calculating interior angle D, okay, what is the back bearing of D? Nothing but DC will come. What is the fore bearing of D? What is the next letter for D? Nothing but DE. Nothing but you people can see here. BB of D minus fore bearing of D. Okay, so this is the back. BB means nothing but back bearing. No, what is the previous letter for the D? Nothing but DC. Okay, next, what is the next letter for D? Why we are taking the next letter? Because it is a fore bearing. Fore bearing means from our station, if we are going to be sighting to the forward direction, that is a fore bearing. If we are going to be sighting at a backward direction, that is back bearing. Okay, right. So the next letter of D is nothing but DE. So that's why what is the value of back bearing of DC minus what is the value of fore bearing of DE. Okay, like that we have to be calculated. So here actually we know now, finally we got what is the formula we can apply to calculate the interior angles, right? So nothing but a back bearing, fore bearing is there. Okay, in question what they can mention, either back bearing or also fore bearing. Okay, maximum they will be mention the fore bearing values. So how we have to calculate that back bearing values? So for example, For example, now if you people are going to be calculating back bearing of AB, so the formula you have to be applied for bearing of AB plus or minus 180 degrees. What is this plus or minus 180 degrees? In our question, the forebearing of AB. Now I have kept the station. This is the station I have kept at A point. At A point. Now I am focusing to the B point. So this will become under forebearing. So what is the forebearing value? So that forebearing value we have to be right here. Okay, if the forebearing value is greater than 180 degrees, then we have to write minus 180 degrees. See here. If the forebearing value is less than 180 degrees, then we have to be apply plus 180 degrees. My dear students, okay, now you people have got the clarity. No, when we involve into the problematic part, then we can understand very clearly. Okay, so again I will tell, when we people are going to be calculating back bearing. Why means back bearing? Already we have the forebearing. If we are going to be find the back bearing, means nothing but we will get the forebearing values and back bearing values. So by getting these forebearing and back bearing values, we can calculate the interior angles. So this is our main aim now, to calculate the interior angle of these an area. Okay, right. So now back bearing of CD or else back bearing of DC, nothing but forebearing of DC or else CD plus or minus 180 degrees. For example, the forebearing of CD value he have given 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. Okay, my dear students, 90 degrees. Then it is in the condition the given forebearing value is less than 180 degrees. No, then we have to do plus 180 degrees. See here, I have mentioned the plus. Right. For example, the forebearing value he have given 270 degrees. Okay, so here the 270 degrees means which is greater than 180. Okay, it crossed to the 180 degrees. So that's why we have to be apply minus 180 degrees to calculate the back bearing of CD. Okay, my dear students, this is one of a concept, right? And next one, if while calculating our interior angles, if we are going to be calculating our interior angles, these values if we got in negative, if we got the value interior angle in negative, then add plus 360 degrees. So nothing but from 360 degrees we have to remove that negative value, then we will get the interior angle value. Okay, and last one, after completing all the problem, if we did the problem right or wrong, so there is a small judgment will be there. Okay, so for that small judgment there is a small check is there, nothing but check for sum of included angles. So what is the sum of all interior angles? How much we will be get? For example, 100 degrees, just I'm telling. Okay, for example, now I'm going to do angle A plus, angle B plus, angle C plus, angle D plus, angle E equals to 100 degrees. Whether the got all summation of all interior angles are 900 degrees or right or no. So nothing but there is a small formula, another check, nothing but so 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees. Okay, for example, what is here to n? N is nothing but number of sides of traverse, or else number of stations also we can tell. So how many n values will be there? Okay, in problem we can calculate. If there is 4, for example 2 into 4 minus 4 into 90 degrees, if we get the value equals to 100 degrees, then our problem is right. If we got the value in 1 or 2 degrees, nothing but correction is required. So nothing but 2 degrees correction is have to be done here. Okay, my dear students, right? I hope that you people have understood all the concept. This is the main important when we are going to be calculating the interior angle by compass survey method. Okay, so before that, we if the values we got in whole circle bearing, we have to convert in reduced bearing. Okay, or else if the values they have given from reduced bearing, we can convert to the whole circle bearing. After that, slowly we can get the process. Okay, so these conversion system that I have discussed in lecture number 5. So question, in a closed traverse, the following bearings were observed with a compass. Then calculate the interior angles. Okay, right. So how many stations they have given? Nothing but 5 stations. N equals to 5. So already we got here 5. Okay, Nana, right. So how many number of stations they have given? 5 stations. What are those stations? From A to B, next B to C, next C to D, next D to E, next E to A. So these are the name of a stations. A, B, next B, C, next C, D, D, E, E, A. Okay, right. Then next you people can observe for bearing. Okay, nothing but if I'm going to be setting up my instrument at A point and I'm focusing to the B point, nothing, it will become A to B. It is the forebearing value. So what is the forebearing value? For AB, it is 65 degrees. Okay, then we can calculate. You just observe here. Sorry, back bearing of AB. Now I want to be calculate. Okay, the formula is forebearing of AB plus or minus 180 degrees. Okay, my dear students, right? Now what is the forebearing of AB? What is the forebearing of AB? Nothing but 65 degrees. Okay, 65 degrees 00 minutes. So either we have to provide the plus or minus 180. Minus 180 we have to write, or else plus 180 we have to write. The condition you see here, if the forebearing value is more than 180 degrees, we have to write minus 180. Okay, see, if the in our problem the forebearing value of AB we got 65 degrees, so then it is less than 180 degrees. So that's why we have to write plus 180 degrees. Then calculate. After the calculation, we will get the back bearing of AB value. So just keep that value in the table. Okay, my dear students, right? We will be follow. Right. So before calculating these all things, first thing is the step 1, we have to draw a diagram. Okay, so this type of diagram will come closed traverse diagram. Closed means if we are going to be starting at a point, slowly it will be moved to the B point. Next from B to C. Next from D to C to E. C to D. Next D to E. And finally, see here, E to A. Okay, for AB means A to B. Again from B to C means from B to C. Next C to D means from C to D. Okay, next to D to E, and finally E to A. So those are the forebearing values. Okay, what is the forebearing value for AB? 65 degrees 00 minutes. Okay, we will be first we have to be draw the diagram. We'll follow now. Okay, right. First, draw the direction. First to draw the direction diagram. Nothing but north, east, west, south direction. So from that one, what is the forebearing to the AB? This is the point A. Okay, so what is the forebearing of AB? Nothing but 65 degrees. Where the 65 degrees it will become from north east direction. Nothing but this is the 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and finally 360 degrees. Okay, so the 65 degrees it will become in between north and east direction. Nothing but less than 90 degrees now. Okay, see, this is the point. Next, again same to that point we have to connect to the same to the point we have to connect one more direction diagram. So that is the point B. Okay, what is the forebearing of B? Nothing but B to C. So what is the BC value? 125 degrees. For AB value is nothing but 65 degrees 00 minutes. Now, what is the forbearing value of B to C? So, nothing but this is, we have to get from 0 degrees onwards. So, nothing but 125 degrees 30 minutes. Okay, so nothing but the 125 degrees, it will be get in between 90 degrees to 180 degrees. This is 90 and this is 180 degrees. Simple ma. This is north direction. No? In north direction, compulsory it will be having 0 degrees. Again, 90, 180, next 360. Okay, right. Same like for that one diagram, you just draw a direction diagram. Name that point as C. And what is the forbearing of CD? Nothing but 200 degrees. Where the 200 degrees will come? In between 180 degrees to 270 degrees. So, we have to mention this is the forbearing value 200 degrees 00 minutes. Okay, right. Next. Again, just to connect a direction diagram to the end of a point. So, this is the name as D point. So, what is the forbearing of D? Nothing but DE. So, what is the value 265 degrees? Where the 265 degrees, 15 minutes will get in between 180 degrees to 270 degrees. Nothing but here we will be get like this. Okay, my dear students, here we will get like this. See, okay. So, this is the angle forbearing of D to E, nothing but 265 degrees, 15 minutes. And last to final. So, make a point. And that is the point is E. Okay, what is the forbearing angle for E to A? That is 330 degrees, where it will become easily nothing but in between 270 degrees to 360 degrees. From here. Okay, just draw the line. So that is the point. Okay, right. So this is the forbearing. This is the forbearing of BC. Forbearing of CD is 200 degrees 00 minutes. Forbearing of DE, nothing but 265 degrees 15 minutes. And forbearing of EA, nothing but from north to, we have to draw like this. So how much forbearing angle? Nothing but 330 degrees 00 minutes. Okay, right. Now calculating the back bearing values. Okay, so in our question they have mentioned just serial number, number of stations. How many are there? 5 stations. For each station they have given the forbearing. Now we have to be calculate what is the back bearing of AB. Okay, simple. Back bearing of AB. Okay, next back bearing of CB. Next back bearing of CD. Next back bearing of DE and back bearing of EA. Okay, right. So what is the formula we have to be applying? Nothing but back bearing equals to forbearing plus or minus 180 degrees. This is the basic formula now. Now what we are going to be calculating the back bearing for AB. So nothing but forbearing of AB. Next forbearing of BC. Next forbearing of DC or else CD or else anything we can write. Forbearing of DE and finally forbearing of EA. Okay, right. Now what is, either we have to be keep plus or minus here. You just see what is the forbearing angle? 65 degrees. No, nothing but 65 degrees is less than 180 degrees. Then provide plus 180 degrees. My dear students, next, what is the forbearing angle for BC? Nothing but 125 degrees. It is also less than the 180 degrees. So this one also less than 180 degrees. This one also less than 180 degrees. So therefore provide plus 180 to the forbearing. Okay. plus 180 degrees. Next, what is the back bearing of CD? Nothing but forebearing of CD. What is the forebearing? 200. Nothing but it is more than 180 degrees. So then we have to be provide minus 180 degrees. Next, what is the forebearing of DE? Nothing but 265 degrees. Here also more than 180 degrees it got. So that's why we have to provide minus 180 degrees. So nothing but minus 180 degrees. Okay. Next, what is the forebearing of EA? Okay. Now we are going to be calculating the back bearing of EA. No. So we have to write the formula FB. Nothing but forebearing of EA. Either we have to write plus or minus. What is the forebearing of EA value? 330 degrees 00 minutes. Nothing but it is more than 180 degrees. So that's why we have to be write minus 180. Nothing but minus 180. Then apply the calculation. Okay, my dear students. Okay, then apply the calculation. We'll see now. Now we'll see. Right. Now back bearing of AB is nothing but 65 degrees plus 180 degrees. Okay. Right. Next. Back bearing of BC. Okay. What is the forebearing of BC? Nothing but 125 degrees 30 minutes plus 180 degrees. Next. What is the back bearing of C to D? Okay. Nothing but forebearing of CD is nothing but 200 degrees minus 180 degrees. Okay. Next, back bearing of D to E is, what is the forebearing of DE? Nothing but 265 degrees 15 minutes minus 180. Why I have kept here minus 180? Because the 265 degrees which is more than 180 degrees. So that's why I have to kept minus 180. If you want to check the condition means you can check here. See here, if the forebearing value is more than 180 degrees, then write minus 180. If the forebearing value is less than 180 degrees, then write plus 180. Okay, my dear students. Okay, now finally back bearing of EA. What is the forebearing of EA? Nothing but 330 degrees. You just follow these formulas here. Minus 180 degrees. Okay, right. Now we will be calculate. What is the 65 degrees plus 195 degrees? Nothing but 245 degrees. So the back bearing of AB is 245 degrees 00 minutes. Next, what is the back bearing of BC value? Nothing but 125 degrees 30 minutes plus 180 degrees means nothing but 305 degrees 30 minutes. And next, what is the back bearing of CD value? Nothing but 200 degrees minus 180 degrees means easily we can calculate 20 degrees 00 minutes. Let me check here. See. Okay. Next. So nothing but the back bearing of DE is 265 degrees 15 minutes minus 180 degrees means 85 degrees 15 minutes. Okay, right. And finally last for back bearing of EA is nothing but 330 degrees minus 180 degrees is, what is the value we'll get here? You see, nothing but 150 degrees. Okay, right. 150 degrees. Okay, now we have understood now how we have to be calculate the values here. Okay, now let me see. See, this is the way of process we have to be calculate. Okay, see, forebearing of AB plus 180 degrees, nothing but 65 degrees 00 minutes plus 180 degrees. So the back bearing of AB is 245 degrees. Next, 305 degrees for back bearing of BC from C to B. What is the back bearing value? Nothing but 305. It is right what we have calculated. Next, 20 degrees. Next, 85 degrees 15 minutes. And next one, 150 degrees. Right. Okay, now you people have understood no concept. Finally our diagram will come like this. Okay, so this is the forebearing and this is the back bearing of B to A. This is A to B. Either we can keep B to A or else A to B, no problem. But don't think in a confusion manner. Okay, see here, these are the forebearing which are focusing to the forward direction. This is the back bearing which are focusing to the backward direction. Okay, right. Now, final thing. Okay, final thing. We got the values of all the stations, forebearing and back bearing. Now, what is the formula for interior angle of A, interior angle of B, interior angle of C, and interior angle of T, and finally interior angle of E? So the basic formula, if you are going to be calculating interior angle of A, is nothing but, you people can check here, if you have the formula means here. So the interior angle means back bearing minus forebearing. Okay, okay, back bearing minus forebearing. Okay, next interior angle B is back bearing minus forebearing. For all the interior angles, same formula. Interior angle C is back bearing minus forebearing. Interior angle D, back bearing minus forebearing. Interior angle for E, back bearing minus forebearing. Now, what stations we have to be provided? If we are going to be calculating for angle A, what is the back bearing for A? E will come. What is the forebearing for A? B will come. Okay, next. What is the back bearing for B? Nothing but BA. What is the forebearing for B? Nothing but BC will come. What is the back bearing for C? For C. Okay, for C is B. Okay, next. Forebearing for C is D. Next, same angle, no? D, D. Next, back bearing of D means D to C. Forebearing of D means D to E. Next, back bearing of E, forebearing of E. So, what is the back bearing of E means nothing but E to D. So, what is the forebearing of E? Nothing but A. So, it is a closure traverse. No, now you calculate, now you apply the formulas. Nothing but angle, internal angle, okay, interior angle, back bearing of AE, how much? 150 degrees minus what is the forebearing of AB? Where is the forebearing? This one, 65 degrees. Okay, next for A. Next for angle B, what is the back bearing of AB? 245 degrees minus what is the forebearing of BC? You just refer here. Forebearing means this is the forebearing value. This is the BC. Forebearing for BC value is nothing but minus 125 degrees 30 minutes. Next, for angle C, nothing but what is the back bearing of C to B? Nothing but 305 degrees 30 minutes minus what is the forebearing of C? Nothing but D. No, forebearing we have to check forebearing column to the CD. So nothing but 2 minus 200 degrees. Next, for angle D, back bearing of D is nothing but C. No, C. Back bearing of D means nothing but C. So nothing but 20 degrees minus forebearing of D to E. How much? 265. Definitely here we will get in negative value. So that's why what we have to do, plus 360 degrees. Nothing but in whole 360 degrees we have to remove this negative value. Then we will get our interior angle. Right. Next, last one. Interior angle E is nothing but back bearing of E. What is there? ED. What is the back bearing of ED? Nothing but 85 degrees 15 minutes minus forebearing of E is nothing but EA. No, minus 330 degrees 00 minutes. Okay, now we will calculate what the values will come for this come. Right. See, nothing but 85 degrees. So nothing but 85 degrees. Next, For angle B, see here 245 minus 125, no? Is it I have written the right now? Right. Nothing but for angle B is 119 degrees 30 minutes. Next, what is the angle C? Nothing but 305 degrees 30 minutes minus 200 degrees. See, 305 degrees 30 minutes minus 200 degrees. Nothing but 105 degrees 30 minutes. Okay, my dear students. And for angle D, definitely it will become in negative. So what we have to do to remove that negative, we have to remove from extruded angle, nothing but from 360 degrees we have to that negative value. Okay, see, so 265 degrees minus 20, so we got, sorry, here small mistake, 20 degrees minus 265 degrees 15 minutes we have to write here. Okay, so for that one, what the value we got, interior angle minus 245 degrees 15 minutes. So the interior angle should not be get in the negative. So for that one, we have to remove from the excluded angle, nothing but from 360 degrees we have to remove minus 245 degrees 15 minutes, nothing but the interior angle D is nothing but 114 degrees 45 minutes. Okay, and last one for interior angle for E. What is here? 85 degrees. So wait. Minus, actually, 85 degrees 15 minutes minus 330 degrees 00 minutes. Okay, small mistake here. Right. So for this one, what is the value? Nothing but minus 244 degrees 45 minutes plus 360. So finally, the interior angle is 115 degrees 15 minutes. Okay, right, my dear students, these are the all interior angles. Like this we have to be calculate. See here for A, so BA, FA. So B means nothing but back bearing, F means nothing but forebearing. What is the back bearing for A is nothing but E. You can see here, observe from the figure, this is back bearing, this is forebearing, this is back bearing, okay, this is forebearing. My dear students, okay, right. Last one, total sum of all interior angles, nothing but angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D plus angle E. So we have to calculate all the interior angles. We will get the 540 degrees 00 minutes, whether the value is right or not. There is a small check formula is there, 2 into n minus, sorry, 2 into n minus 4 whole into 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. So 2 into, what is n here? Number of stations. How many is there? 5 minus 4 into 90 degrees. So 2 into 5, 10 minus 4, sorry, 90 degrees. Okay, see here. Now we'll write 2n minus 4 whole into 90 degrees. No, my dear students, 2 into how many stations are there? You people can check in the question. So how many stations? 5 stations. AB, BC, CD, DE, EA. So 5 stations are there. So you write 5 minus 4 into 90 degrees. So 2 into 5 is nothing but 10 minus 4 into 90 degrees. So 10 minus 4 is 6 into 90 degrees. So finally what we get? What is the 6 into 9? 6 9 are 54. So 0. So 540 degrees 00 minutes. So the right check. Okay, we will check now. Okay, now we have understood now. So 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees. That is the main check. Okay. Sum of all angles should be equals to 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees. Okay. 2 into 5. What is n? Just I have calculated. No. 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees means n is 5. Just substitute that 5 value in place of n. 2 into 5 minus 4 into 90 degrees means 540 degrees. So what is the total sum of all interior angles is 540. Hence the condition is satisfied. Hence checks are equal and there are no corrections. If we got, this is 540 degrees. For example, this we got 541 degrees 20 minutes. Nothing but checks are not equal. correction is required 1 degree 20 minutes. Okay, 1 degree 20 minutes. So what is the 540? No, 0 minutes. So here what is the check condition? 541 degrees 20 minutes. So if we calculate, if we do the minus, means 1 degree 20 minutes will come. So 1 degree 20 minutes will be the correction should be required. So in our case there is no correction is there, so all conditions are satisfied. So summation of all interior angles is 540, and checks in from check 2 into n minus 4 into 90 degrees 540. So that's why checks are equal and there are no corrections required. Thank you, my dear students. So thank you for this session. Right, thank you. I hope that you people have understood this problem clearly, and thank you for the opportunity for the G Pullaredi Engineering